Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the lovely merry-go-round map, where we have spawning in the top right position as the blue Terran player. Representing TeamLiquid.net, we have Buddy. And his opponent, spawning in the 10 o'clock position, representing Carnage Esports, spawning as the Son Goku Orange Protoss. Because they all have amazing, immaculate hair. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Eiki. Alright, so Bunny timing his triple drop to perfection in game number 1, waiting until Eiki was so far across the map he had no choice but to hope his counterattack would win, and then trap his opponent in a position where he simply couldn't win the base trade. The Mothership Core, well, just dot with the army, and unfortunately no recall was possible. Just a great little play there from Bunny, patiently waiting as well to see if it was possible. Good scan to spot the opportunity was there. It was definitely not pot luck. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. Well, this time around, Eiki's going to be able to scout his opponent first. Of course, knowledge is power here, and if he's able to first scout and spot the command center first has gone down at the natural, maybe he can make something of this. He doesn't... Oh, he does see the command center. Alright, so he knows exactly what's going on. And he's gunning straight for that SCV, not even waiting. And even though an SCV is here to attack him... Oh, wow, glitching out there. That is not what he wanted. He probably wanted to try and kill off that SCV no matter what. That second SCV is just going to do a little bit of repair and then have him attack the probe. So the probe is just going to be used for scouting purposes now. Unfortunately, too damaged to do very much, and 2 barracks are going down. The probe knows it's a command center first, so not even bothering to check the gas. He knows nothing's been taken. And, try and do a little bit more damage, but it's so close at the moment. I don't think he's going to be able to kill off the SCV. Nice little bit of repair micro. I guess it's the SCV equivalent of regenerating shields, and as annoying as this probe can be, it's not actually going to get anything done here. The SCV, of course, also scouts the natural expansion here and knows that it's gone on what's gone on in the Protoss base as well. Cybernetics core about halfway complete, and the second gas inside the main base now being taken as well. Orbital command coming down. A very eco-centric game, it has to be said. Game number 2 here, with Bunny 1-0 up. Bunny on the verge of making cementing his place of a top 8 position tomorrow, with top seeding as well, if he makes it through in the top of his group. But he can still lose to Eiki. Eiki can still take that top spot by winning this game and the next. And whoever loses this game has to go on to play the 5th match. So the winner of whoever came up via the lower bracket. And I don't actually know the result of that. So I'm pretty excited to see who that's going to be, because I suspect that'll end up being the last match we cast today. Winter versus Fuzer, by the way, is the lower bracket match, obviously, because they're the other 2 players in this group. So one of them will go on to face the loser of this series for that second spot in the final 8, offered to Group D. We have a very quick Twilight Council coming out here as soon as that Cybernetics core finished. Started Warp Gate, pinged down the Twilight Council. So we'll see if this ends up being some sort of a huge blink attack. Bear in mind that there isn't too much area to blink into the natural, but there's plenty of area here to blink into the main. Imagine if he had this as well. That would be like, oh man, Metalopolis-esque kind of craziness here. A lot of blink all-ins just work so well on the Dreampool maps. This Stalker, he's making himself dizzy by walking around so much, man, and as a result, it could be problematic when a ridiculous number of Marines just decide to show up. Here comes Bunny. Are we going to see some micro... Oh, well, we see a dead Marine. 2 dead Marines. Wow, did that guy skid far. Looks like... Wow, excellent micro from both sides, actually, but I have to say Eiki is doing a tremendous job right now. All but 3 of the Marines are now dead. The rest have been killed in rather gory fashion. Admittedly, a photon overcharge was baited out, but he's fine with that being baited out if he just kills units for free and has time to regenerate the energy on that mothership core. So no problems whatsoever. Engineering bay about to complete. Possibly in case we see some sort of oracle action soon, but he's actually just going to be using it for +1. We see no sign of any turrets. And we actually have a marauder coming out of the barracks with a tech lab. A scan as well, coming down in the natural, just to see what's up here. To be honest, there's not an awful lot. But, oh, has Buddy seen the Twilight Council? He has. Okay, so he knows it's not a Stargate, so that's totally fine. Robotics facility as well, about to complete. And here comes the blink research from Eiki. Is he going to do anything with this? How many gateways does he currently have? Only 3? Yeah, it's not going to be for anything like that. We're just going straight up to Colossi by the looks of things. Robotics bay now getting planted down by our Protoss player. And, while blink is completing, it's just going to be a useful defensive resource here. So, nothing particularly scary just yet. Building for the future. In the meantime, we've got the first couple of medevacs on the way now for Liquid Bunny. So we're continuing to macro up off of those 2 bases. As it stands, we don't yet have signs of a 3rd base. We'll be keeping an eye out for that. Eiki, however, he's going to be taking his 3rd base first. He's not waiting around. He's got blink complete on these stalkers. The observer's coming in. He might try and pop straight into the main base, waiting to see what sort of the damage is like in the natural expansion here. Oh, excellent pick off there of the observer. Unfortunately, flying a little bit too close to that missile turret. And I think with the observer moving forward like that, by the way, that's why Bunny's moved back into his main base. He's got, oh, so that was for blink. I'm going to be a little bit careful. But of course, there isn't a second observer with us at the moment, so Eiki has 0 high ground vision. He can't actually move in there right now. With another observer, he might be able to, though. And, oh, that's another Marine biting the dust. Yes, thank you very much. I'm very happy to have your free 50 minerals, he says. And who can blame him? Colossi continuing to get produced now. And Extended Thermal Lance has just started as well. Need to be a little bit careful. We have got Concussive Shell and... oh, wow! Sick micro there, picking up the Marauder that was injured in the front and just dropping in behind the Marines. So not even losing the Marauder there is Bunny. So with Concussive Shell and with Stim as well. This Bio Army can actually be a little bit scary. The Colossi, yes, they're scary, but they're not there yet. There's the first one, Extended Thermal Lance, only about halfway done. Second one on the way. I like positioning the Stalkers here. You can just blink once to get to wherever you need to get to very, very quickly if we see a counterattack. And we do actually have the attack incoming right now. So, well, these suicidal Marines, man, we're just seeing them all over the place. It's not great. Not great. And we have a War Prism here now, getting ready to do some damage. Got a lone Zealot walking up here. Is he actually going to walk into the natural? Where is he going? Where's this guy going? He's in a lost place right now. 4 medevacs being loaded up by Buddy. Oh, and I don't think the Zealot saw them either. Just out of his field of vision. I think... No, he just caught it. Alright. Blink Stalker's moving up into the main base. And now, actually, he's just meeting up with the rest of the army, and he's going to kill off the army that's here, potentially stim into the Nexus. Huge amount of DPS from the Marines. Great force fields. Is he going to try and pick off the Nexus? He's saying, thanks for the force fields, mate. I'll grab this Nexus, and you go ahead and keep those force fields where you want. And, ooh, massive blink down from the high ground on those Stalkers. Is that going to end up being the correct decision? The Colossi doing an awful lot of damage against this Bio. One of them going down, the second one trying to get as much done as possible. It looks like he will, but, quote-unquote, at what cost? Because at the end of the day, that Nexus went down awfully easily. Ikey's going to have to rebuild that. He does have the minerals to do that straight away. Bunny's going to have to move out, back into his main base. He's only got a couple of Marauders and a single Marine. 112 supply versus 104 at the moment in favor of Bunny. Ikey's army looks more scary, but don't forget there's a reinforcement army thanks to that incredible Bunny macro behind this as well. Non-stop production, and these 4 Vikings, pardon me, will be able to kill off the Colossus very early in this engagement. And it looks like, oh, they're coming in to pick off the rest of the army as well. Eiki down to 86 supply versus 115. That could have been an overextension on part of the Protoss player, and this Colossus is definitely going down here. The War Prism is also forfeit, and unfortunately, the supply lead now for Bunny is over 30. Is this enough momentum to secure him the game? He's actually moving back right now, so it's not completely clear. The third base is at full health. He is mining from it. It's still 2/3 of the way down on the Protoss half of the map. The mothership core is there ready for photon overcharge. But it's 30 seconds before it completes right now. Scan goes on, and he's going, hang on a second, I'm pretty sure I can take this. Let me just go ahead and grab this Colossus for free and move in with the rest of my army. And here we go. That Colossus is going to go down. Yes, and the mothership core... Oh dear, the mothership core is not going to get to put a photon overcharge off, and unfortunately that means that this army is going to walk in unopposed. GG, and Liquid Bunny, ladies and gentlemen, takes the winners match 2-0 over Carnage Esports Eiki, and that means he has secured his spot in the final 8 of the NorCraft Cup.